not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
Past the 20. Open man here, Sims complete. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Makes this Washington 7, Eagles nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin with a quick throw out left, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
A gain of 13 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Taken down.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Steps away to his left.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Play action. Haskins. He's going to launch this thing. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 32 on the play. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one, and that's caught inside the 30.
One play at a time. Here
and
we
he
go.
is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6.
Good.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They go play action with Haskins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Davion Taylor in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
13-yard line.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Haskins to throw it. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man complete. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a big play there for Washington on 3rd down. 47 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Haskins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And his kick is good.
Makes this Washington 21, Eagles 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Expect nothing less, baby.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They go play action now. Haskins, he'll air this one out deep. Got his man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 39 yards there, a big one.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 12 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over him.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now first down carry by Sanders, well defensed as they'll hold him to just a couple. Second down coming up.
He was taken down by...
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. Throwing is Hurts. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 28. Then the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Big yardage that time for Washington. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Washington 35, Eagles 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained run. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young in there to get him. And that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Second down.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Hurts to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First down, Eagles.
On the draw, here's Sanders. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Reed on the tackle.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort, so maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again. Haskins. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Now a dump off here complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards there and a Washington first. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
From the gun, Haskins under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Davion Taylor able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Check 26, check 26.
Operating from the gun, Haskins. This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
But credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
2nd and 7.
Hurts.
28-yard line.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Complete to Miles.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Philadelphia.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taken in the end zone.
Take off your helmet and give me a kiss next time.
And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Chase Young.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key. Crucial. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Haskins to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, Haskins. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. that doesn't happen, it looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Eagles take over first.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29.
First down, Eagles.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw again. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
A gain of 20.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Montez Sweat showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Chase Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Eagles.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take it.
Accelerating, and off he goes.
Woo! Give me some.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 82 yards. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 yards there. First down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Throwing again. Haskins, flush to his right. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And this one is right down the middle. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Oh, my goodness.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
A huge play there for Washington. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Hines. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 8
in need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On play action, Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
To number 14.
A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game.
47.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. Haskins. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing again, here's Haskins. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Haskins. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd down.
Again, it's Haskins. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 26 yards. And Washington going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful.
Eagles 47.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease bowl.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Eagles.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 24. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 40 now on second down. Haskins, they'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Davion Taylor there to bring him down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Washington with they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Brings up 4th down and
no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Hines. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like,
and now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown, Washington.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, "What do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out?" He said, "Oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two."
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided? And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 47 yards.
47 yards.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Philadelphia.
A good pickup there, a 22. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Elliott good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On 1st down, Hines. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Today's finals, Washington 83.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they dipped to 2-5